Today's lesson is straight division. In the previous videos, we saw division using Nikhilam and Paravartya. These methods are quite easy but can be applied only when certain conditions are met. Today we learn straight division, the universal method of division. Let's first understand this process and then we shall simplify it by observation. Straight division is similar to Paravartya except that the first digit of the divisor also takes part in division. In the process, it is referred to as the temporary divisor. Any division problem can be solved using this method. Let's see the process in detail. Just like Nikhilam and Paravartya, first we estimate the number of quotient digits. Divisor digits except the first are marked as negative. Digits in the vinculum form will become normal. The first digit of the dividend is divided by the temporary divisor. The quotient of this division is the first answer digit and the remainder, if any, is multiplied by 10 and is written above the next dividend digit. The quotient digit is multiplied with flag digits and the products are written in the next columns. Next, the digits in the second column, that is the carry if any, dividend digit and products from last step are added and the result is divided by temporary divisor. Steps 3 to 5 are repeated until all the result digits are obtained. If we want the answer in decimal form, not quotient and remainder, the result of addition in the columns for remainder digits are also divided by the temporary divisor. Otherwise, this division is not needed. Let's divide 3393 by 24. By assessment, number of quotient digits are 3. The second digit of the divisor 4 is the flag digit and is marked as negative. Divisor's first digit 2 is the temporary divisor. The first digit of the dividend 3 is divided by 2 and we get 1 as quotient and 1 as remainder. The remainder 1 is multiplied by 10 and is carried to the second column. Now the quotient digit 1 is multiplied with flag minus 4 and the product minus 4 is written in the second column. And second column digits are added and we get 9. This 9 is divided by 2 and we get 4 as quotient and 1 as remainder. Remainder 1 is multiplied by 10 and is carried to next column. Now the quotient digit 4 is multiplied with flag minus 4 and the product minus 16 is written in the third column and third column digits are added. And the result 3 is divided by 2 and we get 1 as quotient and 1 as remainder. Again the remainder is multiplied by 10 and is written in the last column. Now the quotient digit 1 is multiplied with flag minus 4 and the product minus 4 is written in the last column. Now the digits in the last column are added and we get 9 as remainder. Thus the quotient is 141 and the remainder is 9. Next one is to divide 6347 by 43. By assessment, number of quotient digits are 3. The second digit of the divisor 3 is the flag digit and is marked as negative. The first digit 4 is the temporary divisor. First digit of the dividend 6 is divided by 4 and we get 1 as quotient and 2 as remainder. The remainder 2 is multiplied by 10 and is written above 3 in the second column. Now the quotient digit 1 and flag minus 3 are multiplied and we get minus 3 in the second column, and the second column digits are added and we get 20. This 20 is divided by 4 and we get 5 as the second quotient digit. If this 5 is multiplied with flag minus 3, we get minus 15 in the third column. In this case, the added result will be negative. So we backtrack here. 4 is taken as quotient and remainder 4 is multiplied by 10 and carried to third column. Now the quotient 4 is multiplied by flag minus 3 and we get minus 12 in the third column, and adding third column digits we get 32 and dividing 32 by 4 we get 8 as quotient. Now if the quotient 8 is multiplied by flag minus 3, we get minus 24 in the last column. In this case also addition result will be negative. So we backtrack here. We take the quotient as 7 and remainder 4 is multiplied by 10 and is carried to the last column. Now the quotient digit 7 is multiplied by flag minus 3 and the product minus 21 is written in the last column. Now adding the last column digits, we get 26 as remainder. Thus the quotient is 147 and the remainder is 26. Next is to divide 7172 by 246. By assessment, number of quotient digits are 2. The last two digits 4 and 6 are flag digits and are marked as negative. The first digit 2 is the temporary divisor. We divide the first digit of the dividend 7 by 2 and we get 3 as quotient and 1 as remainder. Remainder is multiplied by 10 and carried to the next column. Now the quotient digit 3 is multiplied by the flags minus 4 and minus 6 and the products minus 12 and minus 18 are written in the second and third columns. Now adding the second column digits will result in minus 1. So we backtrack here. 2 is written as the quotient digit and remainder 3 is multiplied by 10 and is written above 1 in the second column. Now the quotient 2 is multiplied by flags minus 4 and minus 6 and the products minus 8 and minus 12 are written in the second and third columns. Total in second column is 23 and dividing this by 2 we get 11 as quotient. Remainder 1 is multiplied by 10 and is carried to third column. Now multiplying flags minus 4 and minus 6 by 11 will make the second column total to be negative. So we backtrack here. Nine is written as quotient and remainder 5 is multiplied by 10 and is written above 7 in the third column. Now the quotient digit 9 is multiplied by the flags minus 4 and minus 6 and we write minus 36 and minus 54 in the third and fourth columns. Adding the third column digits we get 9 as first remainder digit. But the total in the last column is negative. So to make it positive, we backtrack here also. We write 3 as first remainder digit and the subtracted value 6 is multiplied by 10 and carried to the last column. Now adding the last column digits we get 8. Thus the quotient is 29 and remainder is 38. Thank you for watching this video. Please let us know your feedback by your likes and comments. Share the video with your friends too. Do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.